without further ado, I would like to welcome our special guest, Nick Offerman, who is taking a few minutes out of his filming schedule to join us. As the co-producer for Look and See, a portrait of Wendell Berry, as a woodworker, I have no doubt he embraces the sterling motto of working hands, working minds.
I first fell in love with Wendell Berry's writing when I was reading his fiction, 25 years ago, and I immediately took his point that we as a civilization are forgetting as fast as we can be persuaded that that land and the air and the water and the creatures that inhabit them are a very important part of our neighborhood and our community and our ecosystem. And so I just really had an epiphany and said, holy cow, I get what this guy is putting down. And I voraciously read all of his work and kind of pretty quickly came to his big hit, which if you're not familiar with, it's called The Unsettling of America. A friend of a friend heard that this brilliant filmmaker named Laura Dunn was making a documentary about Wendell. And I said, holy cow, could you please put me in touch with her? And I said, whatever you need, please, you're making a film about my Elvis Presley. Reading Wendell Berry in the 90s, I immediately wrote him a letter to ask if I could adapt one of his stories to the stage or to film. And he, in a very charming way, said, no, thank you. But what did happen, his son, Den, who is a woodworker, besides being a farmer, at some point he said, oh, I've heard of this guy. He was in Fine Woodworking magazine. And Wendell said, oh, he's a woodworker? Well, I thought he was an actor. Woodworker is worth the time of day. Let's get him over here. And so I got to meet the family. I got shown around to see the operation. And I was incredibly moved and remain so, because what I'm interested in doing, and the reason that I'm here today, we need to say, whoa, hang on a second. We've lost sight of all the things that we can do with our hands. We've lost sight of the advantages of small to middle-sized agricultural efforts, and how that maintains the health of the land. And the same goes for all of our resources, for fishing operations, for forestry. I'm grateful that I can support their work, because I think if I had my druthers, I would help this effort to convince our legislation to make this happen, so that every piece of land that can produce something, somebody's looking out for it.